Dr. Kashey here to let you know that sometimes people think everything is a celebration. Celebration is a good excuse for just about anything. Almost anything can also be considered a celebration. I, honestly, just consider most things that are different from the norm and recognizing whatever it is special. That's celebration to me. Most times that's just doing something you normally do in the house, outside of the house. That's a good enough reason for most people to celebrate, especially in terms of food. And it's pretty easy when you're at a restaurant you've never been to, or have been to order something you haven't tried, or just get something you normally wouldn't have at home. If you eat out frequently enough for a variety of reasons, frickin' anything's an excuse to celebrate. That's awesome. Celebration is good. Almost every time there's a way to order food at a restaurant to keep you on your plan. There's always a way. And for whatever reason, the gap between that intention and actually doing it is pretty broad. Emotional tensions run high, and making decisions is a little more difficult, especially when you have a ton of stuff on the menu. The stuff that you would normally eat at home to help you stay on track probably just isn't as appealing as the other stuff on the menu. This is where some forward thinking will really save the day. Thankfully, almost every restaurant out there has a menu available online, and chances are that menu is also available in many food tracking applications as well, or at least the ingredients and other options on the menu on the list. And if there isn't an exact restaurant you're going to or place, I'm pretty sure there's a chain of equal value in somewhere that you can at least account for. For instance, mom and pop Italian place, you can go with an Italian chain like Olive Garden and mixy matching. You can figure it out. You're intelligent. Knowing what you're going to order ahead of time is also going to make this process way easier for you because you don't even have to look at the menu. At least not look at the menu when you're there.
Bon appetit!
No reason to give yourself the option to order anything else other than what you need to reach your goals. Besides, going out to eat and doing things like that, especially with other people, you can make that memorable with many other things besides food. One thing I like to do is watch other people at restaurants, enjoying the fact that somebody else is preparing something for you and doing the dishes. Last but certainly not least, being able to spend time with the people you want to spend time with and actually using food as a means of lubricating the relationship.
Guilty, okay?
You just need to eat something to not look strange. That's really the only thing you have to do. So knowing why you're going out to eat is going to be a very good identifying factor as to how you go about ordering and why. If you absolutely need to eat something, because let's say your kitchen is out of commission, that's tough to say, then it's not too difficult to find something ahead of time. Get to the restaurant and order what you need. If you're doing something because it's a social thing or a social gathering, then you can look up the menu ahead of time, order exactly what you need when you get there, and focus on spending time with your friends, family, coworkers, or whatever. Things can be celebrated. You don't need to have certain types of fancy ass foods to do it, thankfully. It's no secret that a restaurant's chicken breast tastes way better than your chicken breast. There's a reason for that. Even if you order exactly what you order to reach your goals as per whatever plan you're on, it's still probably going to be more calories than you think it is.
Low calorie don't mean no calorie.
That's not inherently bad, just something to consider. So finding a menu ahead of time, choosing what you're going to order, or any slight modifications you may need, and make a note to yourself. You can either write it on a sticky note, stick it in your wallet, or write a note on your phone and have an application that reminds you as soon as you get to the restaurant. Know what you're going to order. Use the index card method that I discuss elsewhere. This is one of my favorites. You can set a reminder on your phone that pops up 5 minutes after you get to the restaurant that says you're going to order this. And if there's no access to the menu, that's no problem. There's definitely a restaurant ordering system that's available that makes it so you can order whatever you need, no matter what restaurant you're at. They can figure it out for you. It's all good. It's their job. Another great trick is to kind of muscle your way to be the first person to order the food that you're going to order. This is effective because if other people order first, you may start to consider other options that you wouldn't consider before. If you do order first, then you can order exactly what you need before anybody else does, and then what they order won't impact your order. And this is great. Do you want to feel good about what you order, or do you want to feel guilty about what you order after you consume it? There's no need to exchange your stress for shame. If you're going to be at a place where you know the portions are astronomically large, which happens, it's actually a pretty good idea to order your dish and then have your waiter tell the kitchen to preemptively package half the meal to take it home, and give that to you after the meal is done. So when you're given your meal, you do not need to stop yourself at any given amount because you were given half portion from the beginning. And when the meal is done, you have your doggy bag ready to take with you and a nice meal the next day. One of my favorite things to do is that if you're going on a date or sharing food or time with a dear friend, whatever, you can actually order an entree and share with each other. It's actually pretty good fun. I do it with Mrs. Kashey all the time. It's good bonding. And you're just as satisfied with the food, especially when you get to do it with the company involved. Lastly, there are other ways to celebrate them with food, and being able to take advantage of the time you have with the people you like is the important factor here. People watching is also a hoot. Really, just relishing the fact that someone else is cooking, serving, doing the dishes, not terrible. You know, getting served is awesome. You can navigate situations like this. Planning ahead is a good idea. If this is thrust upon you, having a system that is set up ahead of time to know how to order foods that are really generic in nature, the waiter may be able to pick something off the menu with slight modifications that will still fit your plan. For instance, every restaurant will have grilled chicken and steamed vegetables. There's no way you wouldn't be able to get something like that. So you can have a system like that in place. So for a summary, you don't need food to celebrate. Enjoy the time with your friends and family. Just don't make it a big deal. Consume food so you don't look weird. You don't have to go off the rails here. Finding the menu ahead of time and choosing what you're going to order will make the whole experience less stressful, more enjoyable, which is what celebration should be. 99% of the time, there'll always be something on the menu you can order that will keep you on plan. Don't ask, don't don't get. Use the index card method, be prepared, works out just fine. Trust me.